Right, we have got a bit of Misfits Boxing royalty
Oh.
here today. And as well as that, Fred's here with me. So
I know. It's good to be here.
Nah, I'm only joking.
I never in anyone else's videos, so it's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
We're going to do some end of year awards for Misfits, right? We've had the conclusion now. All the shows have been done. So let's go off from the jump. Best show.
Best show. Well, the first one in January where you made your debut was a very good show. Then you had the one in August in Dublin, was a fantastic show as well. That had HS Tiki Toki on. That had Danny Aaron's debut. That had Dean the Great knocking out Dave Fogarty as well.
What was the main event for that? Danny.
Yeah, that's Danny.
Yeah.
And so you're Danny and HS debuting, two massive stars. And the last one as well, in Qatar. That was fantastic. That was a great show as well. So you got the start of the year, middle of the year, and end of the year. 3 great shows. I'd pick Qatar being the best one yet this year.
Yeah.
But I'm a little bit biased. I did like Qatar. But Dublin was great as
I'd
well.
go Qatar, but I'd give an on. Do you know what? I actually think that Leeds card is like a bit of a sleeper. It's an underrated card,
But
Leeds.
typically, the Misfits January cards are fantastic. They're always very good. Even though the main event is funny, actually, I put out a tweet saying the main event always pulls out. So the first ever Misfits January card, what was that? Misfits 04. You had Dylan Dennis pull out of that. Then last year, the main event, HS Tiki Doki pulled out of that. And then next year's Misfits January card, you've got HS pulling out. Sorry, not HS. You've got
Tommy Fury.
Tommy Fury pulling out.
I had forgot that undercard that I was on was originally HS's undercard, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then who was main event then?
Come again?
Who was the main event for that card then? Was it Ed Matthews?
This year's one. This year's January one. Yeah, it was meant to be. It was Ed and Pineda, but it was Ed's surprise opponent.
Right.
No one knew he was Pineda.
But the main event was more L. Really.
It was L and AJ as well. But no, but you had a lot of good fights in that one as well.
That for me, but that was a good card. Like you had some good fights. Obviously, it was my first ever fight, Fox the G's first ever fight.
Yeah, and his knockout went viral as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's KO of the year, really.
Yeah. Do you know that was mad after that? Like that's the first, because I've gone like viral with football stuff, but it's different. Going viral from beating someone up is a different ball game.
Well, I'd imagine going viral for football stuff is an opinion, and normally to go viral for football stuff, it's a negative opinion or an outspoken opinion, like the Rory Jennings when he's like Erling Haaland or what's the guy's name?
Erling Haaland.
No, there you go. That's what I'll go for. Erling. What's the guy's name?
Haaland.
No, it's not Haaland. It's something else.
No. Haaland.
Erling Haaland.
Yeah, Erling Haaland.
No, it's not Haaland. What is it?
It's Haaland.
No, it's not.
Erling Haaland.
Haaland, yeah. So Haaland, you had Roy Jennings being like, he'll never win the Golden Boot, was it? Or the Ballon d'Or?
I can't remember.
You've seen it. Insert the clip into this.
I know what you're on about. Miami, that was a good card. Miami, I had just come back from LA and then they'd done Miami. I could have stayed on really and gone and attended, but that was the one you had.
You were doing the Matchroom show, weren't you? You were doing you had
the
Crawford.
Riyadh season card.
Riyadh season. You had Crawford.
Yeah. And Eminem performing.
Yeah.
Fucking, everyone was there, man. Like front row, Mike Tyson, Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn.
Who's Vince Vaughn?
Yeah, I don't know.
Are you for real?
I don't know Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn is like one of the best actors ever.
Who did he play?
He's the guy out of Wedding Crashers.
I've never seen Wedding Crashers either.
Bruv, you ain't lived. You ain't lived. You have not lived. But that Miami card, yeah, that obviously had L against Paige, whatever her name was.
No, that was Houston.
Oh, okay. Oh, maybe I'm getting my cards wrong. I don't know.
Miami was Josh Brutner versus Face Temper.
What do you think the best fight of this year, this calendar year was?
You've had the best fight, which I thought.
Don't just go on my options. Who would you say? What fight can you remember going, that was a good fight?
Oh, you should have told me this when I was on the bus on the way here. The best fight. You go first. And it'll give you some time to think.
I would say Ashley Raksu against OJ Rose.
I haven't seen that fight.
That was Leeds, wasn't it?
No, that was.
Yeah, it was.
Was that Leeds?
Yeah. I think I think Raxu against OJ Rose, Ashley Raxu against OJ Rose was on that card that I boxed on in Leeds. Cray against Ace Musa was a really good fight, I thought.
Yeah, I was there for that one. Ace Musa's debut, a very underrated fighter. I'm trying to think though, best fight. Best fight, you mean the most competitive fight?
I think so. I think they've got to be like good competitive fights for you to really go, yeah, right. That's a because otherwise it'd just be best performance. Like you're not gonna put
and best like best knockout or best outboxing version.
Maybe the second fight or the first full fight.
Danny Simpson was entertaining. It wasn't the most skilled fight, but they were going at each other for 4 rounds straight.
Yeah, Danny Aaron's is a lot better than people think.
That's
like
what I
off the back of that fight, trust me, Danny's good.
I remember seeing him spar in the gym before his fight to Danny Simpson, and I was like, I put a tweet out saying, "Oh, I was actually very impressed of him."
Yeah.
And all that went away when he fought Danny Simpson. It all got thrown out the window.
But your first fight, it always goes out the window. It went out the window for me in my first fight. If you see Danny Aaron's back in there next time, you'll see him look really, really good. He'll be very good. Best knockout. They've done a vote on this one, haven't they? Anyway, and it's like the leaders are Fox and Salt Pappy. Mine's a nominee on there, which is pretty nice. It's nominated, but I'm not gonna win it. I've got about fucking 0.2%.
Although those Misfits Awards, that the public voting counts as one vote. The rest is down to the small council, so he still could win. But my vote would go for Foxer G knocking out Spartan J. He got 2 knockdowns, and then the final one that put J out was the uppercut and the left hook. It was placed so perfectly. Yeah. And the guy was out. So yeah,
I would agree with you. I would go Fox the G. Do you know what?
January, people forget about it because it was like 12 months ago. But yeah, that's number 1.
The order I would put it in is I would say Fox the G knocking out Small Spartan J was the best. Salt Pappy knocking out King Kenny was the second best. Yeah. I'd say me knocking out Baby Hulk, maybe.
That's pretty nice.
Third best.
Pretty clean. Yeah. Yeah, when you sort of knockouts, you want like a clean knockout where the guy goes down, they don't get up. Yeah. There's no movement. You don't want them on the ropes, sort of.
Baby Hulk did actually get up, to be fair.
Really?
But what it was he got
King Kenny, to be
he
fair,
got up. He sort of stumbled. He went down. I thought, oh, he's out cold. Yeah. And then I've looked and he started getting up, and I'm like, oh, okay, he's about to get up. But then he fell over trying to get up again, and then he got up, but the ref waved it off or whatever. I think he was a bit annoyed, but when you try and get up and you fall over, I can completely see why a ref just waved something off. So, can you think of any others?
No, Fox to me is the winner of that one.
Who's the fighter of the year?
Best fighter of the year. Andy Taylor's had some good wins. He's had a hard year, obviously. Got the fight of KSI, got called off. Got the fight of Gabriel Silva, got called off. Then went and KO'd Gabriel Silva. Then went and KO'd...
Eriksson, was it Samuel?
Yeah, well, he got rid of Samuel Eriksson in pretty good fashion. He's had a fantastic year.
I think he's had a really good year, Anthony Taylor, as well, because he had stick about his performances.
Yeah, he's had a real turnaround. People used to hate him because he was so boring, but now he's so exciting and he always puts the pressure on, gets the stoppages, talks the trash. Yeah. So yeah, he would be my pick, Andy Taylor.
Salt Pappy has had a great year.
Mm-hmm. Big comeback year.
Was it Ferrari?
Oh, that's my fight of the year, actually. So Ferrari, Salt Pappy.
Was that a good fight? Was it? Yeah, I can't even remember it now. I was pissed by that point, I think, wasn't I?
Yeah.
But yeah, Salt Pappy had a good year, but he's only fought twice. Mm-hmm. And that goes against... It's not his fault, but that goes...
Fights, especially on Misfits, so there's only 8 shows a year. It's rare. It's very difficult to fight on 3 of those shows, you know. So fighting twice is the sort of norm. Yeah. That's the average.
I fought 3 times.
You did?
Yeah, I fought Most Wanted, Baby Hulk, and
you're a lucky man. And
Little Cray Cray. Yeah. I'd go Elle
really?
Brooke for fighter of the year, probably. Yeah, because she fought 3 times, 3 good performances. One of which she was like an underdog in against.
She was a favourite against Paige.
Was she?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, I thought she was being underdog because Paige.
Oh, maybe she was, but it was very close. I think towards fight night, yeah.
Yeah, but I just think she's a very good technical fighter, and I think that she probably for me would nick it in terms of fighter of the year for this year. What's the worst fight we've seen this year?
Well, the Foxer G versus Evil Hero Most Wanted. That fight didn't actually happen, so you couldn't really say it's the worst fight because the fight never took place.
Yeah, but that was bad.
That was very bad.
It's a good job someone came and stole the show that night with a nice little tidy knockout, wasn't it? Yeah.
A nice little knockout bonus as well.
Oh, fucking hell. Talk about smash and grab. I've never seen so much money in my life. I'm like, gone home, I'm like, oh my God, I've made it. I'm a celebrity.
Joey's night out in Nashville after that. Surely spent all the money there in one night, which is pretty crazy to see. Modine Vitali. Well, the build-up for that was really good.
Build-up was good, but the fight was shit.
Yeah.
Do you know, it's funny, you know Vitali wouldn't do the drug test, yeah? So, like, Modine is in the reception, and I ain't really spoke to him, do you know what I mean? And he's in the reception, and I'm walking out, and he was like, "Oi, bro, like, have they paid you yet?" And obviously, he's never boxed on Misfits to this point, and I had boxed already, and I knew it was like, that you get paid like a month or 2 months after, whatever it is. And I went, because I knew that, because I could tell he was worried, because he hadn't been paid, and he's probably thinking like, oh, like you get out the ring and get paid straight away or whatever. It's not how it works. Anyway, I went, yeah, and he went, bro, like they ain't even paid me, and I went, well, no, because your opponent wouldn't do a drugs test, would he? And he went, yeah, but that's him, not me. And I went, no, but it takes two to tango, doesn't it? And he was like, looked, and I was like, I'm joking, they pay later.
Modine's typically quite easy to wind up. So that would have worked a treat.
That Chase the Moore against Kells fight the other night, I thought was pretty shit.
It wasn't the best fight to watch, no.
No.
It wasn't ideal. But, it wasn't ideal, was it?
Best bit of beef. What bit of beef
really
did you
been-
like chewing into this year?
There hasn't really been the craziest rivalries because KSI hasn't fought. Like, last year, I would have picked Dean the Great Waleed. Number one, but that hasn't really. I know the Misfits did their awards. I was a bit baffled why they did that category because for me there wasn't really a standout sort of beef that happened. I don't really know who to say for that. Really, there wasn't like one standout beef that lost the whole.
Jay and Small Spartan Jay and Fox had a bit of beef, didn't they, before their fight?
Yeah, that's like a 2-day thing. Like, when I'm talking beef, I mean like goes on for months. There's a massive build-up. Feud.
Well then, do you know who to give it to? Me and the Argentinian King.
Yeah, you guys haven't even fought, so for a beef, if I was to pick a winner of the best beef, I'd want like a long build-up and then a fight and then a beef after.
Not to criticise anyone here, but that's a mistake, isn't it? Not making me against the Argentinian King as the semi-final fight, or not? Do you not think? You know, they made they put me on the side of the draw with Musa and Walid, and they put the Argentinian King on the side of the draw with Yadi.
Right.
I kind of feel like, from a promo perspective, after me and him had the thing that kicked off at the Troxy and whatnot, I kind of feel like
I was confused why that wasn't the case, but who knows? Yeah. Maybe it was a thing where they picked the names randomly.
Could have been.
Yeah.
Could have been. But me and the Argentinian King will hopefully get it on in 2025.
He's training in Argentina, training hard. Doing lots of eating videos, so I'm not sure what he's weighing right now, but no, I do like the Argentinian King.
I like him a lot. He's a very good looking man, the Argentinian King. But I am going to rearrange his face, so I don't know how good looking he'll be after he's been in a ring with me, but for now he's a very good looking man. Most entertaining fighter. I'm on about outside of the ring, so not like what they do in the ring.
Well, AT was very entertaining. Amadeus Ferrari was incredibly entertaining as well.
I can't really remember him.
One. Best beef actually goes to Ryan. This is actually, I almost forgot about this one. Ryan Taylor and Mist wins best beef.
Yeah, what's happening with Mist? Like, is he gonna fight?
He's been out of the ring for a while. We'll see the return in 2025 for Mist. But
you know who he should fight?
Who?
I don't know anything about these sort of things. I don't know whether these guys get on or they don't get on or whatever. But just like, because it makes sense, rapper and whatnot. Bugsy Malone, because Bugsy Malone can fight, can't he?
That'd be a very, very good one. Yeah.
But
yeah, best beef goes to Ryan Taylor and Mist. Most entertaining fighter. He got Amadeus Ferrari, Anthony Taylor,
Fez Batista.
Well, everyone used to hate on Fez Batista, but since he fought Idris, he kind of won everyone over, and he built that fight quite nicely. So
Did people hate on Fez Batista?
Before, yeah, he would get a little bit of slander.
I never knew Fez or had heard of Fez until I met him. But that's not I never knew no one. until I met them. The only people I knew were like the people that had fought on that KSI against Tommy Fury card. So before I got onto Misfits, I'd never watched Misfits. Like I never watched, you know, when people talk about like the Telford card, the tag team thing, or that. I had to go back and watch them once I got on there.
Right.
The only Misfits that I had ever watched was I watched the Prime card, and I watched the night when I don't know why this fight is sticking in my memory, but do you remember when that Paige Keiki fought Tennessee?
Yeah.
I watched that fight,
Right.
that night of boxing,
That
and I watched
the KSI Fournier card in May of...
Joe Fournier. That was it. That was why I watched it. Yeah.
KSI Fournier and Deji Swarms as that card in the O2 Arena. Yeah.
And then I watched, obviously, we done a live stream for the...
Wembley Arena.
We done a live stream for the Prime card, so I watched that. So I didn't know none of these guys. But Fez Batista, I would say, yeah, for me, probably one of the most entertaining fighters this year. I think he's fucking funny, Fez, man. He's a good laugh. I'll give it to him, though. Argentinian King,
Yeah,
I'd say,
good.
for up there for most entertaining.
I remember interviewing the Argentinian King for the first time, not knowing. He'd never done interviews before, so I had no idea what it was going to be like. And then he's like, first of all, thanks for having me on, Fred. And then just launches into some like promo about...
Me?
I think it's like you, wasn't it? How
Yeah.
much he hated you and completely went off. And I was like, wow, okay, here we go. This kid's funny, so yeah.
Me and him met in Nashville, yeah. I come out the ring, and he's like, and he's like there, and he sort of like waved at me. I think he waved at me, or he might have like blown me a kiss or something, or something like that. I was like, oh yes, what's happening? Because I'm like, you're the guy from the poster from the tournament. Like, so I'm like, yeah, chatting, whatever. Ironically, after we were talking about me asking Dean for a face-off, he asked me for a face-off and whatnot. We spoke that day, come away from it thinking, oh yeah, he's a nice guy. Bruv, I've got home and he just started absolutely like just going for me online, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this ain't the bloke I met in Nashville, but yeah. Either way, and then that's how it all spiraled out of control from there. Me and him was at each other, fucking hated each other then. But hopefully we get that fight in 2025. But I would probably, yeah, I would. I'd pick Argentinian King as most entertaining for the year.
Yeah, Modine also. Yeah, you could put him up for. He's very funny.
But his performance was shit, wasn't it? At least Argentinian. Okay. No, I know, but. Yeah. I don't know. When I feel like you've got to have gone in the ring and tried at least to even be up for it. True. Fox is entertaining. I find him entertaining.
Amadeus Ferrari's very entertaining as well. Jumbo in the way, and they're that massive. You got to insert as B-roll as this is going on. You had that massive. Someone from us fighting this video actually. You had the massive fight at the weigh-in was between Andy Taylor, Samuel Eriksson, Amadeus Ferrari. They're all going at it.
Nice.
When sort of
they were all going at it, were they?
Yeah.
Nice. Bit X-rated, but okay, we'll have it. What about best creator?
Well, on your
do you count yourself as a creator?
Not. Well, technically, I think you would, but
I don't.
No.
Because you don't sit there and talk to. You don't give your opinion.
No. So Wade.
So if there was a best interviewer, then yeah, you'd win it hands down. I'm not just saying it. You would be the best one for best interviewer.
For me, best creator would be Wade, just because his videos are very well put together, well edited, good quality. He's always got an opinion about everything, which is great. His views is always over 100,000 views per video. He's got insane engagement. The pop with him fighting HS was pretty good. His beef with, I guess Mams and Wade's beef could be up there as well. Always going back and forth with Mams and KSI is very entertaining to see. Yeah, Wade for me would be number one creator.
I'd pick Wade.
There's people as well who do good jobs.
Brian doesn't really do much around Misfits anymore.
He does more Misfits stuff on your channel.
Yeah, there you go. So maybe you'd have my one in there second. I don't hold a candle compared to Wade, but I think if you're on about, well, I mean, if you go on views, mine's probably the second, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it? Or am I?
I'm probably missing someone else because it's always off the top of my head.
I can't think of anyone that covers Misfits that does more views than me, apart from Wade. And obviously Brian does if he talks about it, but often Brian doesn't. Like I think if KSI fights and whatever, course Brian will cover it. If
Brian will talk
I
about
covered
it,
the
yeah.
Tommy Fury thing the other day, so you'd obviously like %, you put Wade and Brian above
Brian
me.
will talk about it if it's a necessary like standoff
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
If it's a mainstream thing, then Brian will talk about it. If it's not mainstream, then he won't, which is fair enough.
Fox does videos about Misfits.
Yeah, true,
Fox,
true.
good creator. I like
Yeah.
Fox's stuff. I'd like to hear Fox do some stuff about like pro boxing.
Mhm.
I don't know whether he's into it or not, or which. Of course, he's into pro boxing. He's a good boxer. But like,
Oh yeah, Wade pulling 10 million views on his live stream of his dad.
yeah,
When they're watching the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight as well. That's pretty cool.
Wade's the man.
Yeah.
I was in LA with Wade, innit?
Already you were?
Yeah, we went when we done the Crawford Madrimov.
Oh, okay.
Wade was on the panel, so we was in the hotel for a couple of days and that. I like Wade. I'm backing him. I'm backing him
How did you do
against.
against HS? He's
Um,
training at BJ Flores. HS, I don't think is training, but HS has fought before. Everyone knows what to expect from HS, but Wade, no one really knows. It's sort of a grey area.
HS is athletic, clearly got power.
Young, no injuries whatsoever.
Yeah.
Got a good right hand.
Yeah, but what we don't know is what's the gas tank like, you know, and how serious are you taking it and whatnot. If I had to put my money on it, just because of the doubt that there is around it that everyone already knows, you'd have to say that maybe the fight doesn't even happen.
Right.
But if it happens, then yeah, I'm backing Wade, man.
Really?
Wade's my boy,
It's
yeah.
good though. It is a 50-50 one. And like, I know in the arena there wasn't the biggest pop because obviously I don't know, because typically like Middle Eastern people, they're not as loud. They're more respectful when they watch a boxing, which is nice. Each their own. They're more respectful when they watch boxing. But if that had happened, that announcement happened like the Troxty Arena or Copper Box or Wembley Arena, it would have gone way more off. But even on Twitter and on all the socials, it went viral.
Well, I tell you what, mate. I'm at all of these Saudi cards now, and the arenas are lively during
really?
the yeah. Fucking hell.
Oh, they get into it more now, do they?
The
'Cause I
arena.
remember the start.
The
They were more
arena.
quiet, weren't they? But now I'm not being negative.
Yeah,
I think
no,
it's
no,
great
no.
that they go to watch
Well,
boxing.
listen,
but,
so Saudi Arabia's a dry country, so there's no alcohol and whatnot, and no one can deny that alcohol
How do you
will
survive when you go to
fuel.
events?
Oh yeah.
How did you get by?
I know. God knows. Maybe.
That's why you're not fighting those cards.
Yeah, there you go.
That's the reason why Joey Knight didn't fight in Qatar.
No, there's alcohol in Qatar.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
I'm not going to name names, but there were a few crazy stuff happening on fight week.
Yeah. You shag anyone?
No. What about you?
Well, what?
Do you do that to anyone?
Do what?
No, I'm not saying this. Cut this out.
Right. No, I'm not cutting it. It's staying in. That's it then, isn't it?
Yeah, that's pretty much.
All right. I'll tell you what.
Any more
One
questions?
fight that you want to see, Fred, as a fan, take any bias out of it. Give me a fight that you want to see for 2025, and the answer can't be KSI against Jake Paul. Because not because we don't want to see it, but it's just obvious, isn't it?
The fight I want to see the most. I'd love to see like a big heavyweight come in, because in boxing the heavyweight division does kind of define how well boxing's doing as a sport in terms of popularity, because the heavyweight division's always ruled boxing, and Misfits isn't. I guess Chase Demore does do his job, but I guess HS and Wade is a heavyweight fight, and so the winner of that could fight the.
I don't think it's a heavyweight fight.
Is it not?
I think it's
Is that 200 pounds?
cruiserweight
Is it
fight.
Cruiserweight. Oh yeah, because cruiserweight's from like 170 to cruiserweight's 170 to 200.
No, it's not.
Is it not? Nikisa told me that though.
I don't think. I
Or is
mean,
it 180?
in
180 to
in
200?
pro boxing, 175 is light heavy.
Oh wow. that's
So
embarrassing for me.
cruiser would be 190 maybe. I don't know. 168 is super middleweight. 175 is light heavyweight. I can't remember what cruiserweight is, but anything. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I'd love to see Fox G versus Waleed. I think that's going to get made, so hopefully we'll see that one. Obviously HS Wade's fantastic. I was very pleased to see that. What else would I like to see? Joey Knight. I don't know about that one. Who else?
Me smashing Dean the Great's head in.
Yeah, Joey and Dean will be entertaining. What's good about your part of Dean is it's two come forward fighters, so it's just guaranteed action, and you go talk a lot of trash as well in the build up, so it's guaranteed drama. Two things that you look for in matchmaking and Misfits is, are they going to talk trash on fight week? Will there be hype around it? And then we'll deliver it as a product, as a fight, which I think it will.
Yeah.
Because it's all about the product as well. It's not just about the fight. You can't really come into Misfits and be like, okay, well, I'll be really respectful and boring a fight a week, but the fight will be really good. You've got to have both things. You've got to be able to talk trash, and you've got to be able to fight as well. What else would I like to see? You'll go, another thing.
Me and Dean. L against Julie Poker rematch. That'd be a good one. Yeah, God knows. But anyway, that's the awards. That's all we got time for.
Most improved. Most improved fighter.
Most improved. I
Nominations.
mean, they had Salt Pappy on there, but I don't think he wasn't I don't think he's like. I think people just don't realise sometimes you can take a loss in boxing. That doesn't mean that. Like the saying is, the cream will rise to the top.
Well, 80,
so, say for example, next year they'll have me up for most improved because I've been beat by Cray, and then next year if I win all my fights, which I think I will, then they'll go, oh, he's most improved. But it's like, well, no, I haven't even really improved. I was always that level. It's just some people don't understand boxing to the same level, and if you understand boxing, you understand that if you make 50-50 competitive fights, there will be a winner and there will be a loser. Why do you think you see 3 different fights each time that Yuddy and Cray fought? Do you know what I mean? So most improved, I don't know who I'd give. Do you know who I'd give it to? Obviously outside of Misfits, maybe it's fresh in my memory because he fought last night or whatever. But Pulley Arif, he's got good, isn't he?
But no one's seen that because it's the Misfits Awards, so no one's seen him fight again on Misfits.
No, but he looked really good against Argentinian King. I thought Argentinian King would go through Pulley. I openly admit, I said it to Pulley on the night, I didn't think Pulley was any good. And then he fought him, and I was like, oh, Pulley's good. Pulley's good, yeah. So, most improved, I'll give it to Pulley then, maybe.
Maybe Josh Bruckner. BJ Flores did a great job with Josh Bruckner as well.
He's a good coach, BJ Flores. I like him.
Yeah, Josh Bruckner, obviously getting carried by sort of Pappy and coming back to beat Faye's temper. Looking pretty good as well when he did it. So that sort of Pappy win will age pretty well indeed. You got 80 as well, changing his styles from being a boring fighter to an exciting fighter.
Yep, you'd have to give him that.
Which is fantastic to see as well.
Yuddy's
always been good though. I always feel.
Yuddy's always been good, but Yuddy hasn't always been pleasing on the eye, in my opinion. And I think that in his fights against Cray Argentinian King, then Cray again, maybe not so much the third one, but I think that's more not down to Yuddy not being good. I think that's down to Cray having a really good performance. But especially against the Argentinian King, I really liked what Yuddy done in terms of, like, he looked more aggressive, he came forward more. I think he looks like he's not improved because he's always been good, but like on the eye, he's nicer to watch now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree.
Right, anyway, people, that's all we got time for. I will see you all in the next one.